Good morning, everybody. This is Josh Hernandez, and today our webinar is going to be on FLEXMLS Pro for iOS. So if you're using an iPad, it can be used on that, although the iPad also supports the full website. Or if you're using an iPhone, you can use it on that device. Now, if you're an Android user, we will be having an additional webinar coming up next week focused on FLEXMLS Pro for Android because there are a few differences between the platforms. Now let's take a look at the topics we'll be discussing. We're going to cover quite a bit of functionality with the FLEXMLS Pro app today. We'll begin with edit listings, and then we're going to look at creating searches, searching nearby, using the search filter, changing views when we're starting to view those search results. Viewing the results themselves, we'll look, of course, at listing details, saving specific listing collections or carts if you're more familiar with that terminology, and how to save a search and add subscriptions. We'll also look at our contacts, how to register contact activity, what that does, how to identify your most active contacts, manage subscriptions, and invite contacts to use the portal. Lastly, we'll cover using a few other features inside the FLEXMLS Pro app for iPhone, such as the address search and the hot sheet. With that, I am going to go and change my screen. Give me 1 second for that to show up. And now you should be able to see my screen. Up on my screen, I've got my phone on display. Let's go ahead and silence notifications for that so nobody disturbs us during this presentation. And let's begin by identifying where we can download the FLEXMLS Pro app. Since this is for iPhone, you'll go to the App Store, tap on that, and then click on Search and search for FLEXMLS Pro. I'll search, and you'll see the top option, FLEXMLS Pro. The icon should be a white icon with a blue ring and blue house inside. There is an additional FLEXMLS app, this one that has the blue icon. That is a client app. That's just their version of the portal in app form. So this is not for agents. This is when your clients open up a listing on a mobile device, it'll tell them to download the app. That way they can view it in the portal app. FLEXMLS Pro is the agent version. That's what you will click on to download. It is, of course, free to use since you're already a user of FLEXMLS, and you'll log in with the same information that you use to log in to the regular website. So now I'm just going to go down here or up here at the top of my screen and open my app. Now with the app, when you open it, the default page is going to be focused on the search. There is a menu at the very bottom of the screen. It will always default to opening and starting on the search tab. However, there's a hot sheet, contacts, collections, and more. And we're actually going to begin today's session by looking at more because I want to talk about editing listings. You can't do a full ad. I can't add a listing from the mobile app. I would still need to do that from the full website. But I can do status changes, price changes, and add and rearrange or remove photos. So in order to do that on iPhone, tap on More in the bottom right corner. And then you're going to see your record right here at the top. I'm actually using one of our other trainer's training accounts right now because I know she has some listings in this training account. On this page, click on My Listings. From More, select My Listings. You're going to see your listings here, and I can tap on any of these listings to make changes to the status, price, or photos. So for example, if I want to take this listing that's currently pending, if the sale has fallen through, I want to bring it back on market, tap on that listing. And when you're on the listing details, Edit is in the upper right corner. Tap on Edit. And here is the Edit Listing screen. Up at the top, we have Status, then price, then our media with photos. Now, only photos can be changed in the media section from mobile. You cannot change any videos or virtual tours or documents attached to the listing. Currently, it's just photos. But if I wanted to put this back on market, the process may be slightly different in your MLS depending on which statuses you use, but you'll see the current status for this listing is pending. I have the option to tap back on market, make it active. So I can select that, go in and put that fall through date. I'll select today's date and tap on save to apply those changes. Once I've done that, I click on save to confirm that's what I want to do. And that listing's been put back on market now. So you'll see now the current status says active. Price change works the exact same way it would work in the full website. Tap on price change, enter in your new price, and click on save. I'm going to click X just to go back out and back into edit. The photo editor is the same as on the full website. So when you tap on photos, it's going to show me all of the photos that are currently on the listing itself. I select the primary photo, of course, with the flag. I can drop and drag to rearrange photos. And I can also rearrange by selecting the number in the upper left corner of the photo. Delete the photo, change the title of the photo or caption, and add photos is just the link in the upper right. That would allow me to go out onto my mobile device, select the photos, and add them just like I was on the full website. Now I'm going to tap return to my edit listing screen. And so that's editing a listing inside the FLEXMLS Pro app. I'll click on X, and I just want to run through how we got here one more time, because sometimes people will do a search just for their listing here, and they don't have the edit option. So what you'll want to do is click on More in the lower left corner, go to My Messages, or not My Messages, My Listings, tap on your listing itself to view the details. Once you're on the details using this method, then you have the option to edit listing in the upper right corner. Just going to tap that X, exit back out from here, and now we're going to move into searching inside FLEXMLS. We'll click on New Search. The very first search option I'll show you from here is how do I search for nearby listings? And so that just needs the GPS enabled on your phone, which by default it most likely is. I'm going to change users before we come here, though. I'm going to go into the Fargo-Moorhead database, the Fargo-Moorhead MLS. So I have some live listing data to find it when I'm doing searches. Now, you won't have to worry about changing users when you're actually using the app. But in this training account, I don't have any listings, so I couldn't have shown you that change listing screen. So let's begin with search nearby. I'll tap on New Search. You'll see here it locates where I would theoretically be at. This is the MLS that I'm searching in. Normally, if I was located in that MLS, I would be a blue dot on the center of the screen. And all I would need to do would be to pinch and zoom in, and it's going to show all the listings that are currently mapped nearby me. So as I zoom in on the screen, I would see again my blue dot in the center, and I would tap a listing to view details, tap on the listing to view all of the listing details, and to leave that, of course, just hit the X in the upper left corner. I'm going to come back out from here. Now, if you're not inside your MLS, like I am not currently located anywhere near the Fargo-Moorhead MLS, when you tap on search, it's going to come into that MLS area, that default map view. But if you want to find your position on the map because you're not currently located nearby, you can find your location by going to the lower left corner and clicking on that locate icon. So I'm just going to tap on that. And there's that blue dot on the screen. Now you'll see I'm actually on the outskirts of San Antonio, so nowhere near North Dakota, the MLS that I'm demonstrating in the Fargo-Moorhead MLS. So I'm just going to come, well, actually, let's go and start an actual search. So that was searching nearby. I just tapped on new search. It's automatically showing the map. What about when I tap new search and maybe I'm working with a potential client and I want to create a specific search for them and type in what they're looking for? Just like on the full website, we start at the top of the screen. So I'll click on where it says residential at the top. This is the search template that we're going to use. When I tap on that, it's going to give me the same quick search templates that are available inside the full website. So in the Fargo-Moorhead MLS, I could tap on vacant land and lots if I wanted to do a search for land and lots. Now for this example today, let's just look at residential listings. So I'll tap on that again and select the residential template. Then to put in our actual search criteria, we tap on filter in the upper right corner. Here, this is the same quick search template for residential that you'll have seen on your full site for residential searching. There is one difference. For locations, you're going to want to use this bar at the top of the screen. It says enter a city, zip code, location. So if your MLS uses areas or something like that, you can type that in here. So in this example, maybe I'll just put in West Fargo. Or I could put in specific zip codes, counties. Maybe I want to include Fargo as well, to include multiple locations. Just type in what you're looking for, tap to add that. So you can put in multiple locations. Statuses, of course, are right at the top of the search template or near the top, depending on how your search templates are set up. I'll tap on status. To add additional statuses, I select the ones I want to add, and you'll see anything with a check mark will now be included in the search. Also, when I select things like pending or closed, those off-market dates are going to appear underneath, so I could change that if I would like and set the specific dates. Now for this example today, let's just look for active listings, tap on done, and of course then I fill out my search criteria. Now for this example today, maybe I'll just put in a listing price of up to, whoops, let's not do minimum, I'm just going to tap on maximum, and 800. Make sure to type in all of the zeros. So now I'm looking up to 800,000 for my list price. And let's just do 4 beds, 4 baths. 4 beds, tap done. Move on to the bathroom field, tap on that. I'll put in 4+ baths and tap on done. And I've got 81 results. If I want to view the results at any point in time, I just tap to view the results. I could keep putting in my search criteria as needed. I could add fields. So if I wanted to put in, make sure that this has central air, tap add field. Type what you're looking for at the top. And I'll tap to add central air conditioning. And just hit go at the bottom. And then tap done to add that field. And now you'll see air conditioning on and central has been selected. To view the results, tap on that blue ribbon at the bottom, and it's going to start me on the map. One more thing before we start viewing our search results in the list or the details is you can apply search criteria to the map as well. Unlike the full website where you can draw as many shapes as you'd like, on the app you can only draw a single shape. So I can't draw multiple shapes here. And to draw a shape, I'm going to zoom in on the area that I want. Zoom in. Maybe I'm looking at here in West Fargo. And I might even change the map to my satellite view at the bottom. Maybe we'll go to our hybrid view and tap done. There I just click clicked on this. So now I've got the hybrid map view. That'll make it easier for me to trace and outline the areas that I want to include. And to draw on the map, it is the draw icon on the lower left corner. Looks like a little stick in a puddle. Tap on that. And now I see my map out here. You'll notice all of those listings disappeared to make it easier for me to draw. And I am just going to start drawing and trace and outline exactly the shape that I want. So I've got that kind of following the river right here. And now it's looking at everything I set inside the filter just within that map shape that I've drawn. And there are 15 results. If I want to get rid of the map shape, it's just the X. But I'm going to keep that map shape for right now and look at these 15 results. To view the details, like I already pointed out, we can tap on one, view a preview at the bottom, and tap on that preview to view the listing details. Or if you want to view these in a list, right underneath the search template at the top, there is that second row where we found filter at the right. This has our views. The view on the left is that one-line view. So this is going to allow me to quickly scroll through and just see summary information for each listing. There's also what they call the gallery view. If I tap on the gallery view, it's like an expanded list. It gives me a little bit more with the public remarks here: bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, address, price, of course. I can swipe through and view photos from here, or move down to the next listing, view photos from here. Anytime I want to see more details for a specific listing, just tap. See more expands that, but just tap on the listing itself right here, and it brings up the full listing details. From the listing detail page, in order to share this, I can share a specific listing here, recommend it and put it into a client's portal, view showing information for that listing, and also there are 3 dots right here where I could recommend showing info, select the listing, or hide it or add it to a client's collection. Now let's talk a little bit about selecting listings. You'll see there is a check mark at the top of the screen. If I tap that check mark on the listing detail page, this listing has been selected. So that allows me to go back to my search results and scroll through to view all of my listings. If I want to select another one, I can go into the listing details and use that check mark. Or I can go over to this list and I can select items from the list as well. Now, before I do that, you'll notice my collections now says it has 1 selected. That listing that we selected previously is now in a temporary collection. So just a temporary listing cart. To select listings from the list, go to the 3 horizontal dots in the upper right corner, tap, and you're going to see the option to select. And that will put a check mark option next to any item or all items within the list. So I can come in and select the ones that I would like. And now you'll see I've got 3 selected. When you're done selecting, just click on Done. Now, if I want to work with those 3 selected listings, I can go directly to the collections. So I'm going to tap on Collections. And here, these are collections that I've saved previously. These are just collections of specific listings that I've placed in each collection. Click on Selected to view the ones that I have currently selected. And it shows me them. And again, I can view them in the list, gallery, or map view. And I can decide what I'll do with them. Will I share them, recommend them to a collection, or do something else? Let's go ahead, let's share these. Let's go ahead and send them to one of our contacts. I'll tap on Share All, select a contact, and here I'm just going to see a list of all of my contacts. Let's share these with Megan. And then I can type in my message. Whoops. Hi, Megan, whatever I want to say here. Then I have the option to email this through FLEXMLS, send it as a text, or more. With the more option, I can access items on my phone, like messages, mail, get a link to share on Facebook. Maybe I use Gmail so I can send it through another app or send it to somebody else so I can get those links that way. Now I'm going to X out of that again and go back into Share All. Let's just share these with Megan via text. So I'll tap, we'll select Megan, and we'll use that text option. This is an option that's not available on the full website, so take advantage of it. I can click on text if Megan has text a phone number on her contact information. It's going to display her phone numbers for me. Megan only has one, and then I can click on send. Now it's going to fail because Megan doesn't have a real number in. She's just kind of a fake contact for training purposes. I am going to now clear these selected listings. Maybe I've sent those to Megan, and now I want to go in and create a new search and select new listings for another purpose, not to send to Megan. So let's just click on clear up at the top. And it says, are you sure you want to deselect these? Clear. Now I have no listings that are selected. So let's go. That's just working with specific listings. Let's save a search and actually add a subscription for Megan. So I'm just going to go to search. Now this is the same search that we were doing with 15 search results. I haven't really left that even though I went to collections. So if I'd like to take this search that we created and set up a subscription so it sends Megan those automatic listing updates, I can go in, rather than selecting specific listings, use the share icon in the upper right. It's these three branching dots. Tap on share. And this is the same workflow that you'll have on the full website. So I'll just give it a name, and I'll just call this Megan example search. And then I'm just going to put today's date in here so we can see it on her record and know which one is there. I use Megan a lot, so she has a lot of searches that I've saved for her. I'll tap on save and share. So it's going to save that search. It's going to have the, oh, I misspelled it up at the top. I'll go in and fix that later. Now I select my contact. From here, I can search for my contacts, or Megan's at the top of my list. So I'll tap on Megan. Put in a message here. That's optional. I'll skip that just due to time today. And then to turn on the subscription, it is just this single toggle. By default, it's on. So when I save this to a contact, it is going to set up a subscription, so she gets automatic updates. Now, the nice thing about this, if I add a contact from here or add a search to a contact and create a subscription, everything I do on the app filters over to the full website. Or if I go in and use this on my Android tablet later, it's going to appear there as well. It goes across all platforms. I'll just text that out to Megan right now. And that's creating the subscription. Let's go to Megan's record under contacts and see what we've done. So I'm going to go to contacts. And in my contacts, this is just like the contact management screen inside FLEXMLS. So I see my contacts. By default, they're arranged most active. So whoever's been clicking on listings shows that contact activity. So whenever I come in, I know who my active contacts are. Also remember that this contact activity bar does not update in real time. It updates nightly. It only updates once per day. So if Aaron clicked on 52 listings today, tomorrow when I log in, I'm going to see Aaron. He's going to be the top contact in the list. Now let's look at Megan's record. Tap on that. I see the past 30 days that Megan has been viewing listings. So she did a couple yesterday, some the day before, and then a few weeks ago was clicking on a lot more listings. Viewed listings, just like on the full website. I see she's viewed 142 listings. This lets me know which ones she's clicked on and how many times she's clicked on each of these. I can see there are 4 right at the top that she's clicked on many times. To view the details, of course, just tap on the listing itself. View those listing details. Just going to tap the X and exit out of here. I'll tap on back. Email activity for Megan if I click on that, it's going to give me just a quick summary of how many subscription emails have been sent, how many she's clicked on, and now Megan's obviously a training contact. Manual emails sent, manual emails that she's clicked on. I'm going to go ahead, go back out. You'll notice there's also a refresh button here. So I can get real-time updates here. If Megan has clicked on more today, I can tap on that refresh and update that whenever I would like. And underneath that, I'm going to see her portal activity. So whatever's in her newsfeed, those newest listings, I see 59 new listings in her newsfeed. I can tap there to view what she has in her newsfeed. Listings that she's marked as saved inside the portal, I can view those and see that some have 3 stars, some have 2, some have 1. So I can see what she's doing there. Listings that she's marked as hidden, listings that she's gotten rid of from her subscriptions and newsfeed, I can see that. Listings I recommend. Saved searches. This is where I saved that search for Megan. This is the one we just did. I misspelled her name and I gave us the date. And you'll see there's a green dot next to it. That green dot means there's a subscription. Tap on that, and if I want to turn that subscription on or off, I can manage that from here. So if I want to turn that off, I just tap right up at the top and turn that off. I'm going to go back out to my first page of contacts and point out that if I see a contact name and there's a green send invitation button, send invite, that means that contact is not using the portal, or they have not opened up a portal invitation from me previously. I can click on send invite to send the invite, or I can click to view the contact details, and send invite is right at the top here as well. So that's just the portal invitation. So that's how, if I run into somebody and say, hey, give me your email address, I'm going to invite you to my portal, you'll be able to run searches, mark your favorite listings, see real-time information from the MLS. I can send them that portal invitation from here. And in that portal, they can, of course, run searches. They can also see any agent-saved searches that I've saved for them. Let's back out from here. So that's sending those portal invitations. Lastly, in the last 2 minutes, I want to come back to some other search options inside FLEXMLS. So I'm going to go back to that search screen. New search is going to be used primarily. There is an address search and an MLS number search, and of course my recent searches, favorite searches, and saved searches. Favorites and saved sync across from the full website. Recent will only show me recent searches that I've done on my app. MLS number search, you just put in the MLS number on that page. But the address search, I want to point out a few important items here. So I'll tap on address. There are 2 options, simple and advanced. Simple, I type in just the street address, 10224 Crystal View, wherever it is, click on search. Advanced gives me, again, U.S. postal address information, but it lets me break that information down. So I could search for a range of addresses or a street name of St. Mary's. But sometimes when you do a search from here, you will not find the results that you expect. And that's probably because you're looking at the wrong property types or statuses. So regardless of whether I'm on the simple or advanced option, up at the top of the address searches are basics. Tap on basics, and this determines which statuses display in your search results. I tapped on the status, so I can select that. Select, of course, the off-market dates if I'm selecting off-market statuses. Tap on done. Select the property types that you want to include. So maybe I'm looking and expecting multiple property types here. Tap on done. And then if your MLS participates in a data share with another association or another MLS, you can select your data sources here as well. Now, when I tap done from that basics section, inside my app, those hold. So the next time I come and do an address search, it's using those same options. So most often you just need to set your basics once, and then you can forget about it. You don't need to go in and reset them every single time. It holds those options for you from search to search. So just wanted to point out the basics option on the address search. Lastly, in our last minute, we'll just talk about the hot sheet, this little flame at the bottom. When I click on that, I'm going to see the hot sheet. The filter options are slightly different than what you may see on the full website. So I just wanted to come up here and point out the filter options. Location is set by using the location bar at the top. So I can select my locations. And again, I can select multiple locations. Time frame, slightly different than what appears as an option on the full website. I have hot sheet for today, past 2 days, 3 days, past week. So I can make those changes here. And then, of course, our data source. When I tap to view events, that's going to bring me, of course, to those events. I can click on any of those statuses I want to see for our hot sheet. I can click refresh at the top to pull in new results if I think something else has been added. And also, I'm just going to go back to our hot sheet page right here. When I load the hot sheet, it holds those filter options. So again, I don't have to reset those every time, but make sure you've got the filter options set in case you're in an MLS that covers a very large area. You might want to narrow that down to very specific areas and locations that you want to see, or include or exclude specific property types from your hot sheet results. I'll tap on close now. And I want to thank everyone for attending this morning. That's a lot of information in just 30 minutes. I hope you found that useful. I want to thank everyone for attending. I hope you stay safe and healthy and have a great rest of your day.